Alright, hello everyone, my name is Matthew from Balloon Enterprises. Okay, so for this video you're going to be learning how to make our ladybug hat. Very popular with the 2 to 5 year old age group, especially with the girls. What you're going to need for this video is you're going to need a black 260, so 2 inches by 60 inches, inflated to have about a 1-inch tip on the end of the balloon. Now what you're going to do is we're going to start off with the hat base of the balloon. Starting always again from the nozzle end, I'm going to twist the larger side of the balloon away from me. So you see my right hand moving. Okay, so you got a bit of 1-inch bubble here that has the tip included on this bubble. Holding that in place again. Take your balloon, stretch the balloon. Don't put too much force in the balloon because you might definitely pop a balloon. And actually we're going to push the rest of the air, so push it against your chest to get most of the air throughout the balloon. Have a very, very tiny tip, about maybe not even a centimeter of a tip on the end of the balloon now. So we're going to do, you're actually taking it around the kid's head, and I'll take it around my head for example. We're going to have the 1-inch bubble here, just to the back of the child's head. You don't have to put on the child's head, sometimes you can just eyeball it if you're comfortable getting at that point. Just eyeball it. Some kids will be sitting across from you from the other side of the table and it'll be impossible without having people move around the table for you to be able to measure their head. So kind of eyeball their head and you'll get comfortable with this as time goes on. So, and even I'd recommend trying it with your friends just to get a hang of it. Don't put it on their head, just eyeball it and see how close you can get it. With practice you will eventually get it, as I have. So you're going to take that 1-inch bubble. And now that I have that big, huge loop, I've got the axis balloon there, I'm going to wrap the axis balloon in the 1-inch bubble around each other. Okay, so that axis balloon, again, is stretching that axis balloon to as much length as possible out of this balloon. What you're going to do is you're going to fold it over, so you've got the nozzle end, so that was the original 1-inch bubble. What the axis balloon is, do axis again, another 1-inch bubble. I'm using my right hand and twist away from it. And I'm going to take it to approximately the halfway point on the hat. So this is going to actually, again, this is the piece that you form around the person's head. This is the piece that's going to go over top of the head to form the helmet shape for this helmet hat. And then taking that 1-inch bubble, wrapping it right around that loop balloon. Fit just like so. So it should be able to fit their head, just like that. So now you get a 1-inch bubble here, 1-inch bubble here. Again, the loop and the piece that goes over the head. So make sure you keep track of where this 1-inch bubble with the nozzle end is, because this is very important that you will be attaching the eyes in this section. So just remember that position there. You're going to take a red 350, inflated to approximately a 1-inch tail to maybe about a half-inch tail. Make sure it's nice and soft. And usually I don't have to stretch this balloon because you don't want it to be too big. So I'm going to tie both these, take both ends and tie them around each other. Just like so. And usually I'll put my ring finger between the 2 balloons and wrap the 2 balloons around it. And tie it. Hopefully at this point you know how to make a couple of different knots. This is going to be very helpful as you go along here, as you watch the videos. So now you've got a great big loop. This is tied now, so this won't come undone. You're going to pull on the one side, just a little bit, just with enough force you can find out where the halfway point is on the balloon. And twist. So right now I'm twisting with my right hand, again, away from me. So I should have 2 big large bubbles with the red 350. And taking the one side of the helmet base, again this is the top of the hat, this is the bottom of the hat that fits around the head. You're going to twist it right between the 2 red bubbles on the one side. Now you're going to fold it over and get to this point here. So now you're going to take the other black 1-inch bubble and wrap it around the 2 red balloons. The 2 red bubbles. Okay, so now, like I said, you have to remember where the nozzle end is, and because this is going to be the front of the ladybug. I'm going to take a white 5-inch round. I'm going to bring it all the way up so I can show you guys. All you need is a golf ball size, so inflate it to about a golf ball size. Yeah, a little bit smaller, even maybe a tangerine size, and then you're going to tie it off, because these are going to be your eyes. So now what you're going to do is you got your nozzle end right here. I'm going to take both my hands and twist them in opposite directions. Split the bubble right in half, and I'll go over that one more time so you guys can see it. So I've got my nozzle end here. I'm going to twist it directly in half. So again, you want to keep the white balloon originally the way it was, very, very nice and small, so you're able to twist it in half with no problem. And you always want to hold on to one of the bubbles so it doesn't come undone. I'm going to take the nozzle, I'm going to wrap it around, again away from me a bunch of times. Holding on to the nozzle now, should be able to stay as 2 bubbles, just like so. This is the end where the black nozzle is, and where I originally started with the black helmet base. I'm going to tie the balloon in and around the black nozzle. Oh, now I'm going in a bunch of different crazy directions. And you're going to wrap the white nozzle around the black balloon until you have it locked in place. So now you have your 2 eyes. The black point, which is now, this is kind of like the sucker on the ladybug right here. Now what you need is a yellow 260, and this is going to become the antennae for the ladybug. So right now I have inflated to about 6 to 8 inches, and again, just like the puppy ears, you're going to split it right in half, just like so. And you're going to either push on the balloon while holding on to that point where you twisted the other balloon. But for me it's much, much easier if I just suck on the balloon and bring it to the other end. So now that I got started, now I can push the rest of the air to the other side of the balloon. And try and push each one to the point where they're both the exact same size. They're fairly close. And as long as you get close, that's what matters. So now you're going to take it at the halfway point, just like so. And you're going to wrap it around the eyes and the nose of the ladybug. I'm actually going to bring one of the yellow 260s right up and around the eyes. So I'm going to wrap around the eyes a couple times, just like that, to lock it in place. And you should have 2 dangling antennae, just like so, just like the dog had, or the puppy had. So again, taking my black clicker, trusty Sharpie, I'm going to click it. I'm going to do so I'm going to draw 2 circles. One on the one side of the white, the 2 bubbles. Just like so. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a small, like, semicircle inside of the black bubble. The black eye. Just like that. So you should end up with something like this, where you have kind of that white speck in the ladybug's eye where you will not be filling that in, you just leave it white. And you're going to do that with both sides. Generally I like to have it going in the same direction, so it's looking off into the same direction, both eyes are looking the same direction, so it's not cross-eyed. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in the larger white area with my black Sharpie. Just like so. I'm going to do that for both eyes. Just going to rounding off the edge there. Retract my black Sharpie, so you should end up with two eyes that look pretty similar. And usually I'll take my black large, this isn't actually a Sharpie, it's actually from the dollar store. You get them from any dollar store. They're a large fat marker. You can get them as a Sharpie as well. But I just find the black ink in this Sharpie lasts much longer than the actual Sharpie. So I definitely would recommend this marker. You would find in your list of materials that I recommend you to buy at the beginning of the introduction to becoming a balloon twister. So I'm going to take the cap off, just place it on the end. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the ladybug spots. And generally we do 3 spots. We stagger them at 1, 2, and 3. So starting at where the eyes are, I'm going to start off on one of the red bubbles. Draw a large circle, just like so. And I'm going to go right towards the middle of the hat. And draw another one slightly bigger than the first one. And then I'm going to go right to the bottom of the hat, the back of the hat, front and then the back. I'm going to make another black circle. So now I have 3 circles on the one side. I'm going to fill in each of these circles. Okay, just like so. So you should end up with 3 black dots on the one side. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side where there is no bubbles, black spots yet. Alright, and there you go. You've got 3 dots on each side. And with this hat, again, you just put your head right in between the 2 black bubbles. And there you have it. There is a ladybug hat. And you can actually change up the colors, so you can make it again with the pink for the black instead of the black. You can do purple for the outside instead of the red. You can even have the child just say, what 2 colors would you like, and just kind of implement them. Usually I put the darker color as the hat base, so instead of the black, and then the lighter color for the 350.